Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call hello, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Shem Rakah. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, the bishops, and elders. Make sure I get the volume up here. All right. A great millstone who rule well. I'd like to also send salutations to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and the byways, pushing the truth across four corners of this earth. All right. I'm still trying to wake up the remaining, hopefully, lack. This is now Mount the DC Camp, Great Millstone, back for another video. All right, so here we have, once again, this is from Middle Nation, Mr. Shaheed Bolson. I like using his videos because when it comes to dealing with the U.S., he goes in, he has no cut cards. Let's get this disclaimer out of the way. All right, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act, 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right? Because I never intend to profit off of this. I just use this for teaching purposes, comment, etc. All right, so here we go. Here it is. Western characteristics are not universal. You know, this is a thing that all of us have experienced at one time or another, being Jakes, so-called people of color, whatever. Another way for these devils to categorize us, to set us apart. But now you're noticing in their fall, and it's happening more and more quickly now. If you're paying attention, you know where I'm going with this. All right, this sounds like Luke 10 and 18. Let's get that real quick. Trying to hang something up here. Hold on. All right, let's get that. St. Luke. All right. We'll come back to that. That was up there. This is Yahushua talking to his disciples. He said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. And I wrote this video. Keep this scripture in mind because that is indeed what's going on here. All right, here we go.
When America is criticized, like for example, I can just look at my own comment section. By now, in my own comment section, I just see a repetition of maybe half a dozen arguments of people who get triggered by my criticism of the United States or my criticism of the West. They have a very limited menu of responses, and they're really always the same, and it's very predictable what the responses will be. And it's interesting because you find very few people willing to say anymore, we are uniquely great as a civilization. We're uniquely special. You can only find the people saying that are people like Douglas Murray and Jordan Peterson and these types who are really trying to revive a nostalgia among very desperate people to revive this image of the West that no one believes anymore.
Make America great again.
See now, rather than talking about how unique America is or how unique the West is, they're saying, well, everybody did what we did. Everybody did the crimes that we did. All empires have been the same. Everybody committed atrocities. Everybody, was exploitative. Everybody had slavery. Everybody was bad. There was barbarism all the time. It's not special that we did that. The whole rhetoric has changed. Rather than completely denying their crimes, they're trying to minimize their crimes by saying everybody did it. So this indicates that they're aware that they're in decline and that the consequences of their actions are coming down on their heads little by little, but more rapidly than anyone could have predicted. And they are coming face to face with the consequences of their actions. And now because throughout their entire history, obviously, throughout their entire...
Let's stop right there and get a few videos because what have we always told you? And these scriptures, the prophecies, have stated this. That's what prophecies do, to speak before. All right. Remember, Luke 10 and 18, this is what Yahweh Shai, the Lord, was telling his disciples. All right. And as he said, the rapid decline of this place, and this is all because this devil and his hold on, let me get his machinations throughout. See, you have to, with America, you have to look at his foreign policy record. It's not that, because the way they tell it, like I said, they've got this attitude like, well, we can do no wrong. Really, that's what they want to say. But nah. And they'll play this psych game with you, give you a lot of word salad, and hopefully you'll be stupid enough to fall for this. This, what do they call it? Blame shifting. All right? And they're very good at this. You're dealing with the people that are very good with gaslighting. Actually casting spells upon you with words. Because that's part of this devil's blessing was his deceit. Not only the sword, but a lot of things he accomplished through guile, through deceit. All right? And people aren't falling for that shit anymore. This is, get this Ciroc, hold on, because I want you to, all right, we have these apps. All right, whoops, how the hell did that? I think I touched something wrong on the way down, but let's go to Ciroc. Let's see, 27, and where will I start? 22, because America has done so much wickedness. Even his so-called allies, they're sick of this devil. And that's prophecy also. He that winketh with the eyes worketh evil, and he that knoweth him will depart from him. All right? When thou art present, he will speak sweetly, and will admire thy words. But at the last he will writhe his mouth, and slander thy sayings. Who does this sound like? Just, as I'm reading this, he says, I have hated many things, but nothing like him, for the Most High will hate him. All right, think of Sirach 12, verses 10 through 18. All right, never trust thine enemy, for his iron rusteth, so does his wickedness, etc., etc. And it gives you, again, it's giving you these characteristics of really a snake, a serpent, all right? Whoso casteth, as a clue, whoso casteth a stone on high casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. But to hear these devils talk, no, nothing to happen, because, God is on our side. Okay. All right, that goes into Psalms 50, from 16 on down. I think it's verse 20. All right, you thought that I was one such as you. I may be 21. Because he got away with so much for so long. And he really, Ecclesiastes 8 and 11, he really thinks that the Most High is with him. In a way, that's true, but not the way he thinks. All right. Mockery and reproach are from the proud. Oh, I'll skip one. Anyway. Whoso diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth the trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. This motherfucker in a bad way, he really is. And it's still, they're just beginning to, because they thought they were the shit. This is beautiful time that we're in. Akim and a few Akwath that happen to see or hear this. 28, mockery and reproach are from the proud. Are there no prouder people than these Edomites? Actually, a lot of these heathen, you got Moab, so-called Chinese, you got Ammon, so-called Japanese, especially when it comes to Jake. Oh, they got their chest sticking out. Oh, yeah. It says, mock and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. Oh, they that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die. You're going to know it tells you that in part of Baruch, also, is it Baruch 4? And I'll get it. I'll just have to get it. But, Wisdom of Solomon 5. So, all right. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in a snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and the sinful man shall have them both. See what's waiting for them. And again, this is beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Because they showed their ass. All right. For so long, especially again when it comes to Jake. Again, this is foretold. This is prophecy. All right, let me get this, what I was talking about, because, let's see, 4 and around 20, I think. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, here it is, for 24. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. Yes, remember the faith and patience of the saints. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. Gonna give us the neck of our enemies. Again, that's prophecy from what? Genesis 49. Hold on. Real quick. Way back when. Hold on. Let's see. Here it is. Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Wow. Again, these scriptures are right on point. Wait a minute. Oh, what the hell did I do? Oh, okay. Wow. All right, my children, once again, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto the Most High, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. So it's not that you, Mr. White Man from town, were so great. No. The Most High gave us over to you. Let's go back to the video. God dang it, I did it again. Now I see what I did. Okay, let's see.
History. Their modus operandi has always been to avoid responsibility and to shift blame and to deny their own atrocities and their own crimes. So they've never had the instinct to take responsibility. They've never had the reflex to take responsibility or self-accountability in any way. And so now, as the consequences are actually coming down upon them, they're doing the same thing and saying, well, it's complicated, and actually everybody did what we did. So you can't really blame us. You can't really hold us responsible for that, because it's not unique in history. Everybody was the same way. That really reflects the decline in their own confidence about their so-called civilization, while also it reflects their knee-jerk reflex to try to evade responsibility for their actions. They're trying to sort of shrug their shoulders now and throw their hands up in the air and say, well, we're not unique. And all of the various empires and countries and global powers always did the same things that we did. No, don't be modest now. You were right to say how unique you were, except that you were just wrong about what you were unique about. You like to tell people that you were unique and how virtuous and how wonderful you were, but no, you were very unique in how savage and how brutal and how violent you were. You have always been unique in that. There hasn't been any empire in the history of the world that was as uniquely violent, as uniquely brutal, as uniquely inhumane as you are. So don't be modest. You absolutely have been a unique so-called civilization in the history of the world.
And that should, as we have been out here on the highways and byways trying to tell you, Jake, just from that last statement he made, all right, just from that last statement, I may or may not come back to Wisdom of Solomon. I'll go to Wisdom of Solomon, but this is why this is here. What he just said, they have been unique in their cruelty. And this is why this is here, because the times we're coming in now, for those of you who are not aware, because of these distractions that have been going on. The big one has been this P. Diddy bullshit. All right. The fool, I guess while he's got all this time to himself, is probably, deep in reflecting upon his past and realize how he's been taken for a fool. All right. But this is why this is here, because the times were coming in, they passed this shit, it's the UN, I believe, about what they actually did was to circumvent the U.S. Constitution, which shouldn't be possible, but hey, it's this globalism bullshit. So now they're saying that the WHO, World Health Organization, because like we told you, the last so-called we have to choose my words carefully here. Global illness was just a test run. That was like a huge study just to see how motherfuckers are going to react. All right, so they got their all that information, because what's coming down here now is going to be permanent. Because there's going to be a whole change. We're going to a digital monetary system. There's going to be no more physical cash or coin. Nothing like that. We're going complete control. That's been his end goal all along. I know what you bought. I know when you bought it. Know where you bought it from. And I can put restrictions on you. You get out of line. You run your mouth. I don't like the things you say. I can cut you completely off. Hence, Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 and 17. For those of you that thought it was a fairy tale. It's over. But this is why the scripture is here, because what he described, the brutality, the savagery of America, up until this point, it pales in comparison to what's coming. This is, it says, the time of the end, Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And as it says in 2 Ezra chapter 16, starting at 70, it says, by the way that they're going to come down on us, it says you're going to know who the Lord's people are. All right, because we're coming into 2 Ezra 15, and starting at 14 now. Well, 15 and 16. Because everybody's like these so-called officials, these leaders. These people have realized, you're all full of shit. You don't have our best interest at heart. All right, and they never have, especially when it comes to our people. You got a bunch of sellouts. All right, and they get that talk when they get, in these offices, and they get, because let's face it, these colleges and universities, They weed out the sellouts. That's all it is. You pledge these fraternities, and that's that Greek shit that goes back to, oh, it's so much history with this. These same spirits coming back. You know, the fuck you pledging Greek? I mean, but then you got the Masons and all this fucking devil worship. That's all it is. But Jake is in it so he can go along to get along. That's all that was about with Jake, and that's all right. You're gonna go down with this devil. That's it. You going? What was that saying they used to say? When they, the hell doctrine said that hell was made for the devil and his angels, but if you so desire to join them, actually, it's not too far off. No, I'm not talking about you burning for eternity in a lake of fire. That's not under the earth and all that. That's not what it's talking about. But it is right in that, hey, if you want to join hand in hand with this devil, hey, you're gonna share the same fate. So many of our Zechariah 13:18. So many of our people going. That's 2/3 of, because Jake is everywhere. And not every Jake looks like because we were scattered amongst all nations. So therefore, a lot of us gonna look like the other nations. That's just basic biology and genetics and all that. After generation upon generation upon generation of being mingled in with Moab and Ammon, you're going to look like Moab and Ammon, or with Esau, or with Japheth, or, whoever. That's supposed to be common sense when you think about it. But our people make it more complicated because they have been lied to, but at a certain point, you continue to believe that. And like I say, we carry these miniature supercomputers in our pockets. Some people you see on a daily, they can't get their eyes off of it, these cell phones or whatever have you. And it's all kinds of opportunity to look up information that can be useful to you instead of looking at tits and ass or whatever you're looking at. It's on you. There's a time for everything, but, we're coming to a point now where, but I realize too at this point it's really too late for a lot of people. Either you got it or you don't. In which case you can't say we haven't been trying to warn you. Ezekiel 3rd chapter. All right, get the blood off our hands. That's what we're commanded to do. All right, let's see. But you got to realize that this place is done. This is Jeremiah 51, because this place was set up for a purpose. This is Jeremiah, America, that is. America. As it says in Revelation 11th chapter, this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. It says, Jeremiah 51:6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, sin upon sin, for this is the time of the Most High's vengeance, whose name is Yahweh. He will render unto her a recompense. What is recompense? Let's go to, because the biblical definition here is, found a wanting, as they say. Let's go to recompense. Here it is. To award compensation to who? All right. Someone that's been wrong, right? Recompense. The meaning. Let's go see Merriam-Webster. All right. To give something to, by way of compensation, as for service rendered or damage incurred, to pay for, to return in kind. All right, that's the one we were looking for, to return in kind. All right. All right, let's see. Flee out of it, be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. All right. And it tells you that in Revelation 18, but they're going to get double, right? Babylon has been a golden cup in the Most High's hand that made all the earth drunken. Drunken how? With its philosophy and doctrine. Come on, you've heard of it. Come on. What are they spreading across all these countries? What do they call it? Democracy, right? Babylon has been, drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Why are you telling me I have to allow homosexuals to... What does that have to do with us doing business? Well, and people are tired of this shit. All right? Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. Salaki. All right. We would have healed Babylon, America, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches into heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Isaiah told you the same thing. Let's go to 13. The judgment of Babylon. You can read from 1 on down to where I'm going to start around, let's see. At 6 it says, Howl ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. They just came out with, there's supposed to be a strike. These ports where goods are delivered by ship and so forth. So, wow. Goods not coming in, gas going up and all this. It can get really bad in a relatively short amount of time. It's like domino effect. All right. Howl ye, for the day of the Most High is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, what I tell you about, it's going to get very, very bad here in America. Behold, the day of the Most High cometh. Because you got to understand, it's compounded due to the fact that people are so spoiled here. Now, you have people from other countries that come over here, these, and I like to use it, as someone said, these immigrants, they got their sneakers, they always got them on because they see the bullshit that's going on. They see shit getting ready to go down, so they ready to, and this is why I brought out this scripture here, because, all right, it says, Behold, the day of the Most High cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Who's more proud than the American? In general, yeah, Edomites. But even other Edomites, they can't stand American Edomites. All right, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, and they are the terrible. I will make a man more precious, and that's an Israelite man, more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Most High, the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as the chase rope, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land. You have these immigrants, they're like, fuck America, I'm going back home, because they see. But Jake is so caught up in his hood, you know, yeah, these stupid motherfuckers, man. I can't wait. I really can't. And flee everyone into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall, meaning the enemy, shall fall by the sword. Because if you hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder with these so-called white people, these Edomites, hey, you going down with them. And a lot of you going to get taken out by them anyway. All right? He says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. It's going to be a lot of women being ravished in this days to come. All right, all this, I don't need a man and all, oh man, it's going to be. And they're already getting, that pride is dwindling, all right? Because they've been, this white man set, especially this damn black woman. And nobody can stand to be around her. And this is beautiful to see, because all that bullshit that's been going on the last 60 years with that feminist shit, all right, it's coming back to haunt them. Hey, more power to you. Don't come running to me. It says, here it is. 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Because as we covered in class last night, there's such a thing as a blood debt. All right? And a blood debt, you can't settle that with money. You can't settle that with silver or gold or rubies or anything. No, I want that ass. I want blood for blood. All right? And America has done so much shit in the history of this country. I think what was that stat? And since America was established in 1776, there's only been a little over 20 years of peace around the world. Think about that. Otherwise, it's been participating in wars, whether they be proxy or otherwise. That's a hell of a fucking stat. And they got the nerve, that's why this video here is telling you, they got the nerve to say, well, we ain't done nothing wrong. There's a reason people hate this country, and it's not because we're so great that people just, no, that's that bullshit that they spew out of their mouths. And a lot of people in general, but specifically our people, after they've been fucked over so much, they want to believe in that, because again, Jake is in that mindset. Go along and get along. Well, I want to get this, you gotta, I won't go into that story, but, and this man ain't gonna care nothing about you when this shit falls apart. Because who's gonna get, when we bring up let me get this, Jacob's trouble, that's what we're talking about. Our people don't have the resources of these other, let's see, is it 7? Of these other nations, which is sad, but we're on the bottom. Dr. Claude Anderson, back in the mid-90s, even warned about this. When he said about our people, he said, if you didn't get nothing while you were number 2, what are you going to get when you're number 4 or 5, as far as, these other nations always get shit, especially lately here, because they just disrespect our people, like, now they got the Asian crime bill and all this, and you got these shields trying to defend that shit. No, it said like Asian, and it made sure it said Asian like 8 times in that bill, at least. It wasn't talking about anybody else. But they make sure when shit is supposed to be for us, that they say, oh no, this is for everybody. Everybody can benefit. But you see how they always disrespect our people, because they never intended for us to get recompense. Just went over that word, right? But then they peeled off this to over here to the Japanese for World War II, and others. And this Kamala bitch, she's not even our people. What did she do? The last 2 years, I think, to the sum of 21 billion, she made sure her community got that. And yet these stupid ass jakes out here, they want to vote for her because she's playing that game like she's a black woman, and she's not. She never was, but our people are so caught up on this black shit, not knowing that that's not a nationality, that's not an ethnicity. And that's why you fall for this shit. That's why you fall for Obama, who's not even our people either. And what did he do? Again, said, fuck you. And he got everything passed for the LGBTQ, whatever, community. You know, the Skittles Nation. And you know, you still got our people that practically worship that piece of shit. And what he's married to, the jury is still out on that. Let's get some of these, I didn't mean to rant, Salakia. Let's get some of these, because this is telling too. Like he said, you can see in his comment section. Facts, that's all they say, so they can neglect their actions as if they didn't commit the most and worst atrocities. They have a very limited menu of responses. I like that too. A thief will never agree that he is a thief. You're absolutely right. Whenever anyone points out their atrocities they have committed in every continent, their argument is always the same. The attempt is to mitigate their crime, to exonerate themselves from any responsibility, or to sanitize them to a degree in which it would be more acceptable. I remember one day when my sister and I were kids and she got herself a butt whooping for doing something that she had no business doing. Later, after she tried to mitigate her wrong by telling our father that I had done the same thing before, my father simply responded to her, "You're responsible for your wrong. And the fact that he may have done the same thing before does not wash your hands clean." Damn, that's exactly right. All right. Oh, this is a good one here. I am 38 years old with a law degree, graduated from UK, and now have a master's degree. Good for you. All my life I was Western educated, but now I'm starting to see all the flaws in my Western thinking. I feel like I am a colonized tool. I wonder if he's Elam, because I was just thinking, these people like Vivek Raman, whatever his last name is, and all these others that come over here and look down on Jake, and I'm like, you all are tools. You don't realize it. Even though he got his wake-up call this past few months, I'm talking about Vivek, after he was talking all that shit about us not experiencing what we've experienced here, about this is not a racist country. And Ann Coulter told him to his face in an interview, I wouldn't vote for you because you're not my people. He had that fucked up look on his face. Anyway, continuing on. At this age, I think the West, in all its culture and intellect, are merely farcical. That's very true. Yeah, it's good that you see that. I don't take pride in consuming so much of Western education. At this point in my life, I have begun to loathe Western ideals and hate these Western Angloid menaces. The blame-shifting card. What makes me laugh is that they think that we don't know what they have been up to. Sorry is a word that is not in their vocabulary. Narcissists always make you think that you are the problem and they are innocent. And that goes because these people are very skilled at gaslighting. All right? And racial gaslighting. And that, they always, Jake, they tell you forget about, the past, but the thing is, how can you when it's ongoing? All right? And as far as racial gaslighting, I'm sure everyone's experienced a version of it at one point or another. Something as simple as, well, America's not perfect, but compared to anywhere else, I mean, or, this is not the same place as it was back in 1940 and 1950, And some jakes will say, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's on me. I should try harder. And then, man, they be running game on Jake like, woo. And they love it. That's why they don't want to let us go. It ties you into ancient Egypt as to modern Egypt. All right. Let's see. Exactly, spot on. And yet I still see many ignoring the rapid decline of the U.S. Just like Scripture says, I would have healed Babylon. Oh, didn't we just go into that? I would have healed Babylon, but they wouldn't repent, and they're not. And it tells you in the Scriptures that after all that's about to go on and come down here, that they're not. Now we'll get that in just a second. It says, I totally agree. Oh, this is a good one. I totally agree and have come to this conclusion a long time ago. I dropped out of, sorry about that, BA History Politics major in protest of the curriculum content based on these inaccurate narratives. There you go. Again, something else we've always told you. They like to control the narrative. I have tried to allude these points to people around me, and I have experienced that it's almost impossible to articulate this without sounding condescending, arrogant, argumentative, or personal. Most recently, I've had a good friend of mine infuriated and feel personally attacked by me, challenging their pervasive acceptance of subtle yet impactful Zionist narratives and nuances. Is it possible to engage in these types of discussions without accurately being labeled a polemist? I don't know. Hold on. This is something we always tell you. You're fighting against the zombies. There you go. Plain and to the point. Exceptionalism. American exceptionalism. All right. In India, we call it typical thief's reaction after caught red-handed. Keep telling the truth about these devils. Prophecy of the three-headed eagle, you judge the earth, but not in truth, for you have oppressed the meek and injured those, who caused no unrest. You hated those who spoke the truth and loved liars. You destroyed the dwellings of those who bore fruit and tore down the walls of those who had done you no harm. I'm going to leave it at that. That speaks volumes. All right. So once again, I hope whoever views this has been edified, because that's what we do here at Great Millstone. Filter everything through the Scriptures, go into the etymology of words. All right. And this is how it should have been done all along. All right. How it relates to these prophecies that are just jumping off the pages. Again, this is a beautiful time. And in fact, I'm going to end it with this scripture. Hold on. Let's see. This is going to be Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, which you really can't have here. All right. But this is my point. And he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy, and that's the time that we're in now. This devil is, the so-called white man, is going down. And as it says in Isaiah 14:21, when he goes down, he ain't coming back up. This is it. And he knows it. That's why Daniel 12:1 is about to happen. 2nd Ezra 15th chapter, 2nd Ezra 16th chapter is on its way. Jeremiah 30:7, Jacob's trouble is here. So with that, until the next video, once again, I'd like to remind you also of the power of prayer and fasting. So with that, hey, shalom.